KEEL, Robert J. Wright, and Erin McCarty. It's 8:22 and back for another segment. Dr. Lamar Goree, the superintendent of Caddo Parish School.
Before we get to some of the nuts and bolts of the bond proposal, I got to ask you, your wife, Kim, y'all now live here.
We do.
She's local, though, right?
She is. My wife is she is Caddo too. She's a product of Huntington High School, my high school sweetheart.
Oh.
Married, went away, and now we're home. So we're excited about that.
Okay, what'd you get her for Valentine's Day?
But just remember, there's only about like 6,000 people
and
listening.
you know, this is only the morning show of morning
Here
shows.
goes
I
your
mean,
secret,
isn't there
amigo.
a great chance that she's listening? Do you really want me to blow that?
Okay, did you take care of it?
I'll
You
tell
took
you
care
this
of it.
much. We are spending the weekend in Dallas this weekend, doing a couple fun things over there. So
nice.
That's all I'm gonna say. I want everything to be a surprise.
That's sweet. Now,
I'll call and tell you about it Monday.
What do you expect from her as a guy? What do you expect the wife to get you?
You know, I'm a true guy, one of those guys that always wants to know what it costs. So peace, love, and happiness is always a good gift to me.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's priceless.
You have been busy around town. Everybody I say says, I've seen him at this meeting. I've seen him. You're pitching your bond proposals. Going to be on the ballot in May.
Right.
For improvements to schools. And as Robert says, we're going to tear down. We're not tearing down schools. We're not. We're closing.
Repurposing with purpose.
I like repurposing.
Special
I like
word,
repurpose too.
Yeah.
Seriously, I do.
What are you hearing when you go out into the community? Are you hearing good things from residents?
Well, you know what I'll tell you is that Reinvest in Caddo, an opportunity for all children, has been so well received everywhere that I've gone. I've decided that you're certainly going to have some opposition to any initiative, and there's never been any initiative to go down with a 100% vote. But our goal for over the next few months is to certainly get the factual information out to the voters so that they can make an informed decision and look at the wonderful opportunities that we have at this season to reinvest in our system to prepare us for what we're going to see in 25 years. So this plan looks down the road and really looks at what's going to make this the very best system that it can be.
When we had spoken before, I think I had used for your proposal, I think I had used the analogy of the hotel-motel tax that got shot down.
Right.
It would have helped the Indy Bowl. And the people who were behind that were 100% convinced that it was going to pass and pass big, to the degree that maybe they didn't work quite hard enough to sell their message. Do you have any concerns about that?
What I will tell you is that we were really, I do believe we've been very smart in that we've looked at past bond initiative, we've looked at the initiative of past superintendents, and we've looked at, quite frankly, why they have passed and why they have failed. In that respect, one thing that's unique about this plan is that we started with education. We didn't start with buildings. We started with what are our educational needs. Now, based on that, we're moving forward to get the factual information out there. We did look at the commission and things that they did and did not do as we plan how we're going to move forward with our message.
What do you need to overcome? What is the biggest objection, be it factual or not, that you have to overcome?
I think there are two things that I think are big, that if I can speak to two things. One, of course, we talk about a repurpose of our closed facilities, and I think no one argues that, and that speaks to the second issue, which is just the simple taxation. And I think the first thing with repurpose, the reason why we have to repurpose is we must right size so that we are fiscally responsible to all of our tax base. Now, in that respect, that means we have to close some things. What we as a school district stand firm in is that we will purposefully repurpose school buildings to bring value to neighborhoods. We will take the time that's needed. We will make the necessary contacts, and we will make the necessary decisions so that nothing is an eyesore in anyone's neighborhood. But at the same time, taxation is important. We're not in a climate where anyone is looking to pay unnecessary taxes. Anytime we operate inefficiently, that's what's happening. We must be fiscally responsible so that we can eventually lower property taxes for our tax base. And that's the direction we're going in.
Let me ask you this. We've paid a lot of attention to the schools. A lot of people don't know some of the nuts and bolts, some of the other things that are in this package, like the AC unit at Burr.
Right.
Give us some examples of some of the other big projects that are in this package.
Huge things. First one I think is huge is transportation. In the state of Louisiana, you have to retire a bus after 25 years. We're looking at 19 buses having to be retired in the next 5 years. We're looking at 120 plus buses having to be retired in the next 10 years. Because of budget constraints, Caddo has not been able to buy buses since 2008. Teachers also have not gotten a raise since 2008. If we're going to effectively change some of those things, and that's not just teachers, that's any staff. If we're going to effectively change those things, we must be more fiscally responsible, and we must right-size our district. We must look at everything that we do and right-size ourselves. The next big things are the science labs. And, I've told the story several times about one of my greatest joys to come back to the school system was to go in my dad's science classroom. He taught science in this district for some 38 years, about 20 in the same classroom in Huntington High School. But the sad part was when I went in the classroom, it looked the exact same as it did when I left. And I'll tell you, we're not giving our science teachers a fair opportunity to really prepare kids for STEM instruction, for 21st century learning strategies in science in those dated facilities. I call myself the hybrid superintendent because I'm born, raised, educated in this system, but I've gone away and I've seen some new schools. So I know where we're behind in some of our facilities.
We hope you'll come back and join us again one day before the election.
It would be my pleasure.
Okay.
We're working on that right now. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
Are y'all having a little bromance going on?
Yeah, we got a little bromance love going on here.
Mm-hmm.
May come in and hang out a little bit next week.
Exactly how
good.
I would have phrased it. Dr. Goree, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you.
School
Thank you.
Superintendent Dr. Lamar Goree. Local